Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Screw Toy action figure review. And today we'll be looking at the Medicom Toys Mafex The Amazing Spider-Man Scarlet Spider. And I'm very excited to review this figure. This is a very much anticipated figure for a lot of people and for myself. And yeah, I just want to get straight into it. Getting a quick look at the packaging. It is your standard Mafex packaging. You get the big window here that shows the product in the center. You get a very nice promotional image down there. Very nice comic panel right there. And then you get the name of the comic that this figure's from, The Amazing Spider-Man, right there. You get Scarlet Spider, Mafex, or Marvel Mafex Medicom Toys. On the side, another promotional image and a comic picture right there. The Scarlet Spider logo right there. On the back, you get a whole bunch of promotional images. On the top, you get the Amazing Spider-Man and the same little logos that we saw on the sides. Another promotional image with the name of the comic, The Amazing Spider-Man. You get the little QR code right there that you can scan with your smartphone to see if this is authentic or not. On the bottom, you get a whole bunch of bullshit, and you do get that holographic sticker. But enough about this packaging. Let's crack this bad boy open. Now getting a quick look at all the accessories that this figure does come with. He does come with a little pamphlet that shows that you can download an app on your smartphone to scan that little QR code to see if this figure is authentic or not. And then you also get the typical Mafex stand and some of the newer accessories that are coming with the newer Mafex figures. You get the little crotch grabber, you get the little clamp that kind of falls apart fairly easy, and then you get the smaller clamp because he does have a smaller waist compared to bigger Mafex figures. I always love these stands, man. This is all I use with my displays, so again, I always love that Mafex throws in stands with all their figures. Now, something that I'm already loving about this Scarlet Spider figure is the amount of webs that we get. And not just the amount, but the webs that we get. Because we've got previous webs that we've gotten with all the other Spider-Man figures by Mafex. We got the short whipping webs that, you know, are very much familiar. That came with the number 75 Spider-Man, the classic blue and red Spider-Man. And I believe they came with the symbiote Spider-Man. And then we also do get the longer whipping webs. If I can get it to focus right there. Come on. Right there. And then we also do get the longer swinging webs. And we do get a pair for each one of those. We get two here, two here, two here. But we also do get some newer webs. We get these right here, and we get two of these. They just look like swinging webs. They kind of just wrap around his arm. And I like these, man. These look really good. I think they're really well done. And something that I noticed about these webs as well is that they feel a lot more pliable compared to the previous webs that we've gotten with all the other Spider-Man related characters. I've broken webs from Venom to Spider-Man to the classic blue and red Spider-Man. Every Spider-Man figure that I've gotten by Mafex, I've always broken a web. Even the symbiote Spider-Man, I broke the web backpack. So these feel a little bit more durable than those previous ones. And then the last one we get is a longer swinging web. That kind of has just a little curl right here. And I thought these were the same as the ones that came with Venom. But no, these are brand new. Now getting a quick look at all the hands that Scarlet Spider does come with. He does come with a set of fists, set of wall crawling hands, these relaxed open palmed hands. And you obviously can't have a Spidey without his whip hands. You also do get a set of web holding hands. In typical Mafex fashion, we also do get a set of magnetic wall crawling hands. We also do get his magnetic interchangeable feet. Now the Scarlet Spider figure does come with 3 different head sculpts, 2 of them being unique to this figure and 1 of them being reused. Straight out the packaging, the one that comes on the figure is unique to this figure and it looks good, man. It's a classic 90s looking head sculpt. I really like it. I like that you can see the little nose just poking out there and some of the wrinkles around his eye. Like he's kind of a little pissed off, a little angry. And it works out, man. I really do like it quite a bit. The second head sculpt that does come with this figure is reused from the symbiote Spider-Man. As you can see, bringing the symbiote Spider-Man in. They're the exact same head sculpts. This one's just painted red and this one's just painted black. Actually, now that I'm looking at them, they might be different. No, I think they're the exact same. I think the point right here at the eyes is just painted, and these are not painted as far. I don't know. I think they are the exact same, but I might be wrong. Might be wrong on that. But I think they are the same. I think they are the exact same head sculpts. This one's just painted a little bit further in compared to this one. Now the last head sculpt that does come with this figure is my favorite out of the three. It's this huge eyed masked head. And yeah, man, I just love it because it's really over the top. It's really 90s. It's that McFarlane style eyes. And yeah, this is probably the head sculpt that's going to stay on this figure because I just really love that over the top eyes, that exaggerated eyes. And yeah, man, this is nicely done. And here's the new Scarlet Spider with the previous Ben Reilly head sculpt. And it fits perfectly on there, man. It just pops right on. And I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, if you have that previous Scarlet Spider, you can pop this one on here. And yeah, I think it looks pretty dope. And here we have the Scarlet Spider. And for this figure being such a simplistic figure, there's not much going on with this figure. As you can see, he's mostly the same color. It's such a beautiful figure, man. It's really well done. I really love that semi-matte finish they gave this figure. Now, he does have a little bit of a gloss, but it's not too bad. Yeah, it really reminds me of that Thor, that almost matte finish to the whole body. The head sculpts are nicely done. Again, this one is my favorite of the three. And it's just really nice and clean, man. Simple, plain body with that scarlet red throughout the whole figure. As you can see, not much to him. The gauntlets are really nicely done. Those are molded onto the figure, which kind of does obstruct some of that articulation from the wrist, which is a little bit of a bummer. Not much, not a big, huge deal, but it does suck that kind of does hinder it a little bit. And then you also do get the little point right there that kind of jets out to show that's where the webs come out of. And then you do get the little utility belt right there. That does look nice. You get the little canisters right there for his wet fluids, the little buckle. It's nicely done. Runs throughout the whole back. And then you get the little pouches on the ankles because the 90s had an obsession with with pouches. The more pouches, the better. And then getting a look at his hoodie. This soft goods is nicely done, man. This feels like dry fit, like Nike dry fit. It's really stretchy. I don't think it's going to tear or anything. So I think it's nicely done. It does bunch a little bit right here underneath the arms, which kind of hinders some of that arm articulation. Like he can't get his arms more than that far down. Like he can't get them against the body flush. They kind of just jet out a little bit, but it's not a big deal. You do get the Spider logo right there templed on. I don't think that's coming off unless you keep stretching that or you mess with it pretty often. And he does have a little wire that runs throughout the hoodie that is, again, postable, so you can put that up and you can have this post closely tight right there, or you can have it open like that. But yeah, man, overall pretty solid figure. Now he does have these little strings right here that aren't wired. I wish they were wired, but you can move them around and they kind of stay in place. So I just wish they had a little bendy wire right there, but unfortunately they don't. But yeah, pretty solid figure. Now let's get a quick look at articulation and then we'll get some size comparisons. Now getting a quick look at articulation. It's a typical Spider-Man Mafex setup. It does have a ball joint at the top of the neck that plugs into the body and into the head. So two different plugs right there. And it can look up all the way up and all the way down. You get amazing head pivoting and full rotation. And then you do have butterfly joints that shift all the way back, all the way forward. So we bring those two together. You can cross the arms fairly easy. And then you can get a nice wide pose. And then they do shift up and down. So you get some shifting up and down right there. You get upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. And then again, you do have a ball joint at the wrist that you can hinge up and down or side to side depending on how you have that little ball joint configured. But the little gauntlets kind of restricts all that articulation right there. So you're not going to get much out of those wrists, which is unfortunate. And then under the hoodie, you do have a diaphragm cut and a lower ball joint. And you could still get some good pivoting out of that diaphragm cut and some crunching. And then you do have the ball joint at the waist. They can go that much back, this much forward, and this much to the sides. You do have drop down hips that, actually, there we go. Drop down hips that can make the leg go this much forward and that much back and that much to the side. And then you do get some upper thigh swivels. You get double jointed knees. And then you do get ankle ball joints that can hinge the foot this much forward, that much back. And then you do get ankle pivot with toe articulation. Now going to quickly look at some size comparisons. Here we have Scarlet Spider next to all the Mafex Spider-Man figures that I have in my collection. We have the original, number 75. We have him in another costume. We have the other classic blue and red Spider-Man, and then we have Symbiote Spider-Man. And they are all the exact same height, which it should be like that because they're all the same dude. This dude is just a clone of this dude, and this dude is this dude in a different costume, and this dude is that dude in a different costume, and this dude is in a alien costume. So they should all be the exact same height, and they are, which I love it. Here he is with the Mafex Venom and the Mafex Carnage. Here he is with the Marvel Legends Retro Card Lizard and the Retro Card Kraven. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Retro Card Electro and the Marvel Legends Retro Card Sandman. And here we have him next to some big boys. Here we have the Marvel Legends Retro Card Kingpin and the Marvel Legends Deluxe Retro Card Rhino. And last but not least, here we have him next to the Marvel Legends Deluxe Target Exclusive Black Widow and the Retro Card Marvel Legends Captain America. And there you have it, another solid release by the Mafex team. When it comes to Spider-Man figures, Mafex hardly ever misses, and this Scarlet Spider is a great example. This figure is just amazing, no pun intended. And yeah, man, there's really no complaints I have with this figure other than the lack of articulation on the wrist, and that is due to the gauntlets. I believe, who is it? The other Scarlet Spider, or Ben Reilly, has the gauntlets, but they're a little bit lower compared to this one, and his wrists move freely, but for some reason on this Scarlet Spider they're a little bit lower on the wrist, and he does not get any movement out of those wrists, which is again unfortunate. But other than that, this figure is great. I love the new inclusion of the webs. I love that they kind of mixed it up a little bit because we've been getting the same exact webs for the last 2 or 3 years. So I love to see new things added to these Spider-Man figures. But overall, solid figure, man. Again, no complaints other than the wrist pegs. And yeah, man, enough of me rambling on. Make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. The links to all those are in the description down below. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Comment down below if you'll be picking up this figure or if it's a pass for y'all. I know that the Marvel Legends team has 2 different Scarlet Spider out, but in the aftermarket they go for a really high price. So if you want to spend your money, you might as well spend it on this Mafex figure because you get double the accessories. And yeah, you just get so much more out of it. But yeah, again, enough of me rambling on. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.